All right, we are live and on air. My name is Josh Ledgard. I'm the co-founder of KickoffLabs, and welcome to our live chat series where today we'll be reviewing your landing pages. With me today, as per usual, is Izzy, who works in marketing here at KickoffLabs. Say hi, Izzy.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us once again, doing these lovely landing page reviews. And we're here to provide the best feedback for your pages. And yeah, let's get on with this, Josh.
Yep. So for anybody that doesn't know, these landing page reviews are sponsored by KickoffLabs. That's who we are. Our product is an amazing solution for quick and easy viral campaign management. Our customers use the product to manage all sorts of campaigns and set up landing pages, run product launches, digital downloads, amazing contests, getting going on Indiegogo, Kickstarter campaigns, and so much more. We've always been willing, if somebody emails us, to give them our 2 cents on their landing page, and we thought that sharing these few pennies publicly would help everyone else. So it's not just for the people who are getting their page reviewed. This should be useful for anybody who's looking for tips and tricks to improve their own landing pages, because there are common themes that we see all the time in these landing page reviews. Now that we've done probably 30 or so of them at this point, it's great it's a lot of fun, and we've got a lot of great pages lined to review. What I say all the time is, of course, there are a ton of improvements we could make to every campaign, because our goal with our product is that you're focused on the entire campaign, not just the singular landing page. And we see so many people get caught up on just a page or a specific look, but they're missing the right advertising, the right promotion, the right marketing, the right incentive to get people to share. And we'll talk a little bit about that through some of these pages. But for the purpose of the reviews today, we're going to focus kind of on the 80% of the changes we would make to the very visible part of the landing pages. But I just give that advice that is best for everyone to think about: where are the people coming from, and what's the context of people that come to the page before they get there, and does the page take that into account, or are you expecting too much of your audience? So we have more pages probably than we have time to review today. If you are here, tweet. If you are here, please sign into the chat. Say who you are, the page you've submitted for review, and we can get going. The fun of this is that it's ideally interactive, so you can give us your own 2 cents, make comments about the landing pages you're seeing, and we'll pause on a regular basis to check out the chat. All right, now that I've gone through that introduction and given some people a chance to join up, I am going to start. It looked like the folks from Spiced Pantry were first on the list, and I happen to have their page open right now. So let me actually go right in here and share my screen so we can take a look at the Spiced Pantry page. All right, it looks like I'd attempted to move to the top of the browser and close the page, and they have a KickoffLabs bounce exit intent widget set up on the page, which is awesome. I love seeing it. So let's take this moment to look at the exit intent. So imagining that I kind of pulled up this page quickly and I went to leave. The copy I see is last chance to sign up. I might think of it a little bit more playfully: last chance to get spiced or something. Just play with your brand in the headline. And then it says, we can tell you're an adventurous eater. Join our email list for priority access to our first box. And then it says, P.S. you'll also have a chance to earn amazing discounts. Think about this from the perspective of somebody that's coming to the page. Does somebody care about priority access to the box, or does somebody care more about the discounts? I would lead, join our email list for priority access to amazing discounts. P.S. you'll also have a chance to get the first shipment. So I would lead with what is the strongest value proposition for the person looking at the page, and PS the other part of it. The other thing I would do on this sign up box is where it says sign up here where it says sign up here on the copy or in the button. I would again be a little bit more playful, like and repeat your headline. So sign up to get spiced, or sign up for amazing discounts. Something that ties in with the text up here instead of just saying sign up. And I think you'll improve the performance of this this exit intent widget here. So hopefully that made sense. Let me just close that now, and I know we're doing this a little backwards, and let's take a look at the page itself. All right. One thing I like about the page is it's very clean. There's not that many fonts. There's not too many colors going on. It's not very distracting. It's fairly simple. They have a nice clean logo. So that's the first thing my eyes saw was the Spice Pantry. You back up 10 feet from the page, as I encourage you to do. Your eyes will kind of get drawn to 3 places on this page. They'll get drawn to this Spice Pantry logo. They'll get drawn to this call to action. They'll get drawn to this image of what looks like spicy food. And so I definitely think you're hitting the right notes in terms of the high level view of the page. And the rest of it's just the footer down here. I noticed down here you've got this Google script. It looks like you entered the Google code instead of the script. If you want some help with that, you can email us. We'll follow up with you after the review to get that straightened out so you have the right tracking and analytics code in here. But that's something we can obviously fix for you. The copy now. Global culinary adventure awaits. We send a new country's pantry ingredients plus recipes to your doorstep. Launching fall 2015. So I tend to tell people that in the headlines of pre-launch pages, I like to stay away from giving a date unless it's in the context of an incentive. So saying like we're coming soon or we're launching in the fall without saying anything else sort of says to the person that comes to the page, hey, you're not ready for me, I should just leave. You don't need to say that. What I would do, and in a way that would incentivize people and say the same thing, is take this launching fall 2015, give us a more specific date, like say, launching by November 2015, and say, join our VIP email list. And again, I would lead with the amazing discounts. Join our VIP email list to earn amazing discounts by before November 2015. So that way you're actually saying that there's a deadline. Like if you don't do this before then, you're not going to earn the discount. So it gives people a little bit more of an incentive to sign up and implies that you're not there, as opposed to just saying, oh, there's really nothing for you to do here today, which is what this sort of says. Like there's really nothing for you to do here today. Now on the VIP email list, join our VIP email list for priority access. Again, I would switch this around, like I said before. Join our VIP email list to earn for a chance at amazing discounts and priority access to our first shipment. The main headline, Global Culinary Adventure Awaits. This is also something I would play with if I were A/B testing this page, one version versus another version. I would think about this and say, I might try leading with, like to try new things, ? Receive a new country's ingredients and recipes to your doorstep every, on a regular basis, or I guess it doesn't say if it's a monthly service or not. It feels to me like it's a little hard to understand from the headline exactly what you're doing. I might say, like, if you're an adventurous person, sign up because we're going to send, and be very specific, we're going to send you a new recipe from a different country you've never tried to your doorstep on a regular basis. And so think about variations of this headline that speak to the person like this does. And so I like that you're sort of there, but I might ask the question or speak to the person, and then is a little clearer on what you do with the second sentence in here. So now looking at the next part of it, build a global pantry and regional cooking expertise the easy way. So like this might be a better headline to test up here at the top. Like your culinary adventure awaits. We'll help you build a global pantry and regional cooking expertise by sending ingredients to your doorstep. I know I'm just sort of thinking about this, but I really liked this headline as opposed to this, because I think it speaks more to what the value you're providing is. And then this headline, experience a new culture through cooking, should probably be the bold one here. So if you're using this one up top, then I would take this one, experience a new culture through cooking, and make that the bold headline next to the image. And then the rest of it, I wouldn't worry about too much of the details. From this point of the page, I would focus more on testing these headlines. Again, you might consider something like get spiced as a more playful call to action in this location. So let's see. Says 10 lucky winners will win a lifetime supply of spices. Yeah. So if there's some other things, let's see what happens for the incentives once I sign up. All right. Again, we've got the Google code we can help with. You've got an incentive, like you're on the list. You might say thanks, you're on our VIP list. So you're telling them they're getting on a VIP list. Make it seem a little bit more special with the headline, you're on the VIP, or you're now a VIP. Could you help us spread the word? It's fine to go this way. Use your unique link below to share with others, adventure food lovers. Here's your reward. I tend to tell people more direct. Share the link below, and you could get your first box free or 50% off, right? And then you go into the details. It looks like you're using our basic thank you page. We actually have a thank you page where it'll be obvious that there's levels of 3, 10, and 25. I'd recommend using that one instead of this basic page. The basic thanks is for people that didn't really have these different levels. We've got 2 templates that make it really obvious that there are levels of referrals. There's one that's a side-by-side view, and there's one where it's very horizontal. I would use one of those templates. And then in the headline, tease what they could get. And then again, you've got this chance. If 25 friends sign up, you'll get your first box free. I tend to tell people if they've got something that's an amazing giveaway, instead of saying a chance to earn discounts, just be clear. Like, join our VIP list for priority access, a chance to get your first box free, right? Be really specific that leads with the incentive, with what the great incentive is, because you have to tease that to get people interested in signing up and for the page. Izzy, did you have any comments you'd like to make?
Really quickly, I noticed that their Google Analytics code is exposed here. I mean, it's not too much of a big deal, but obviously this means that it's not tracking correctly. Just be sure that you paste in the entire script that's provided by Google Analytics. Okay, not only the actual code number, but the entire script. But everything else looks good. I would, for some reason, since it's like a culinary page, I'm not sure if it's like an app or anything, but well, it's like a service. I would love to see more images of like the actual ingredients, because I'm seeing here what looks like a prepared meal, but I would love to see, I don't know, like what kind of spices am I going to get? Like an example of Indian spices, an example of Asian spices, just to actually visualize it. But I love the actual clean layout.
Yeah, that's a great point. They could go with like maybe a second feature box on this. And in that second feature box, have a picture that accompanies it that just gives an example of what a shipment looks like.
Yep.
And again, so now that we've verified on the next page that there is like a monthly shipment or your first box, I would be very clear about what that service is in the top. It's clear to you, I understand, but to somebody just coming to the page, it's probably not clear what it is. And then we can reach out afterwards and help you with the Google Analytics thing. So is anybody else here? Let's see, we're here live. Izzy, do you want to share and go with the next page?
Sure, let's go ahead and grab the next page. Any specific one, Josh? I'll just grab them from our list.
Let's go molds.com.
Oh, okay. Let's grab that one. Sorry about that, Josh.
Attila is here.
Oh, okay, great. So Attila's here, and we're looking at molds.com. So, oh wow, this is actually a nice page for what it is. It's actually surprising. So from finding mold suppliers, negotiating strategies, what to look for. Now, and it looks like there was an auto exit intent here that was actually just triggered. I didn't try to exit the page, so looks like Attila had it programmed to automatically overlay over the page after a certain number of seconds. And it's 145 free tips, advice, and strategies. Just to let you know, Attila, it didn't really give me a chance to actually engage with the actual page. If you are going to be triggering it automatically, I would set it to trigger just a little bit later, maybe even within like 7 to 10 seconds, just so people have enough time to actually read the actual headline and to see what's going on. Or better yet, use our exit intent functionality, which will actually pop up if somebody actually tries to close the page. But I want to get a better idea of the actual page. I like this exit intent, but it's not. But for some reason, I think that it's actually kind of reinforcing what's actually on the page, the 145 free tips, advice, and strategies, how to become a better molds sourcing and purchaser. So let's get back to the page. But I like this actual pop-up. However, I would change those settings. And yeah, I mean, here, obviously, it's download free, 145 mold tips. And I was actually surprised by this page, and it's because it's a nice looking page for your industry. I mean, I used to have, well, actually, I do have family members that actually work in the engineering space and in the factory space. So it's pretty surprising that you're offering this kind of free advice to those kinds of customers. So it looks like a overall nice looking page. Know what to look for, know what to say. I would be a little bit more specific with your actual with your list items here. I'm sure that people in your industry know a lot more details about the actual mold suppliers, about negotiating strategies. I would lay some of those out here. Not only telling them know what to look for, but actually telling them, you should be looking for this, and you should be saying this, and there's 145 more tips, more free tips inside of the book here, because this is kind of general, and people want to get an idea of what's actually inside of the content. It's okay to actually give away stuff for free on your page. It's okay to actually provide maybe even a chapter or a couple pages on the actual page, because people will be enticed to download the actual guide. So that's something that I would change. The here it molds, I mean, it's just a basic description. I like that it includes images. This is actually going to make it more actionable for people, since I actually see faces. It's like, okay, well, these people look like me. These people work in the industry that I do. Okay, well, I'm going to sign up. And Josh, do you have any tips on this sign up page before I go ahead and take a look after I sign up?
Yeah, my only tip is I think you could make it look even better. Sort of how you have this section here formatted, where it's here at molds.com. We have, it's very good, nice formatting. Whereas this section, I think you're trying to say what you'll get with the book or what you'll learn. I think you could go with that same sort of headline, where you've got a bolder headline at the top here, and say, what you'll get, what you'll get with your free book, or what we'll teach you in your free book, like something that's a headline. And then just use the same kind of paragraph text to describe this instead of these bullets. And I think it'll look a lot cleaner on the page, because it'll follow the same format. Because I think this section of the page looks really nice, and I think this just stands out as the one section that isn't like the other part. And so I would format it more like this, where you've got a headline that says what you're going to get or what you're going to learn, and then be a little bit more specific and with a couple of paragraphs like this with the same font size you've got down here. Everything else I thought what Izzy said was great. I think you've got a great, download the molding tips. The call to action, it stands out and it matches, send me my free guide. It matches what you'll get. I just might have that, like I said, that headline saying what's in the free guide, or what I'll get in my free guide. And more descriptive like you have here instead of the bullets. And I'll let Izzy go on to the next page then.
And that actually was a very good eye, Josh. That yeah, I mean, you really want that that font and that font size consistency in your page, in the sections. I mean, these sections are meant to be somewhat identical, so yeah, you do want to match that. Good eye, Josh. So let's see what happens when we sign up here. So it'll send me my free guide. Thank you. We will email you a copy shortly. Okay, so that's good. I would even provide a download link here. I mean, just you can actually upload assets to Kickoff Labs, and you can include it here directly so people can download it, as opposed to waiting for the email. Since it is a Kickoff Labs email, I'm seeing that yes, I did receive the guide. I'm checking here on my little iPad, and I did receive the PDF guide. But as I said, I would include it here, and it looks like as if you're not including any incentive for people to share with like-minded friends. It's okay. I mean, people in the industry have have friends on Facebook that are also in the industry, I would just include those buttons. I mean, they're not going to hurt you at all. If more people see the guide, well, I mean, good. I mean, good for you. You're actually getting free publicity from people sharing via social networks. So I would just include them. Unless you were like collecting like a survey or something, which was very specific to certain customers, to a certain segment of your customers, then I wouldn't probably share it. But other than that, I would share it. I mean, it's just free publicity and getting people to your page. You never know who it's going to get in front of. So yeah, I mean, it's a good page, basic, but I still like it. Josh, any feedback on this page? Josh seems to be.
No, I didn't have. I agree with you. I think like it doesn't hurt to have the sharing in. I'm not sure this is the kind of industry where you're going to see like this huge viral boost of 60 to 100%. But I mean, if you get 10 more people a month, because you had the share links on there, I don't think you're going to be insulting anyone to put the share links in or offending anyone to put the share links in, and you'll get a few more leads that way. So I would just re-include the share links on the page. Just because I don't think it's going to hurt you to have them. All right, I'm going to go to the next page here. Let's see, I'm looking through the bits here. We're going to go to Sapling Wallet. And so let's see, this Sapling Wallet page. Your chance to get free sapling gear. I'm not sure this is one of those pages where our review might not make sense if you're sending this to people that know what sapling is. Like this page is primarily intended for people that already know what the sapling store is. And then I think it's a great headline because you're talking to them that way. You say your chance to get free sapling gear, and it says our next wooden wallet, which kind of implies you think that they know what the first wooden wallet was. And then you've got sharing is caring, learn more inside. I would kill this sharing is caring, and then the be the first to know. And I would look at what the incentive is going to be. I would also add some spaces below this. You don't have to add text below the form. I just feel like the form could be a little bit, it feels a little squeezed against the bottom of the page. So some extra space with the background be useful, and it would be higher if you killed this a little, some of this copy here. There's no incentive. It just says sharing is caring, learn more. There's no incentive to sign up. I would look at it right now and say, what is the incentive for signing up? Forget about the sharing part. I mean, think about these two, the sharing and the sign up page, as two separate parts of the process. This part of the process, which is the sign up page, the goal is to get people to enter their email address. And I feel like you're leading them on a little bit, saying sharing is caring, learn more inside. And you're kind of pushing the sharing before you've pushed them to sign up, or you've given them a great reason to sign up. This copy, for example, the only valid email counts, 1 email per household, could be below the form as well, to give it a little bit more space, because it's not really important enough to be right above the email, but it's important enough to show below here. There's a great product shot, kind of a great background, a great logo. Again, I would just think if you're going to have a version of the page for people that have never heard of you before, then the headline needs to explain a bit more about what you do. If this is just for people who are already customers and you're trying to involve them in a referral campaign, then I think the page does a great job of speaking to them, other than giving them incentive to enter their email address right away. So let's enter an email address and see what happens. All right, thanks for your interest. Invite friends and earn sapling products. Scroll down to see the rewards. I don't know why you wouldn't just put the rewards here. Refer friends and earn free engraving for referring enough friends. See other rewards below, or like earn up to a free engraving or a free wood wallet. There's no reason to say scroll down. You should tease one of the rewards above here. For the background image here, I would use the same background image that was on the first page. And so you've got this nice background image. I would keep it consistent. I would have it here. I might even put the logo at the top here. just so it feels like the same page and not like I went to some purple location next. I would have that image of the product below the referral. So you've got that great image from this page here. You probably have other product shot images like this one. And I would put that below the rewards because all of your rewards involve that product. There's the discount, there's the free wood wallet, and there's the free engraving. So I would put the product shot below the rewards here. Keep the same background. Use the reward that's actually in here. And then at the bottom of the page, again, with this subcopy, you might want to put in some details about, we're going to be verifying email addresses. I know these folks wrote in earlier. They had some people trying to spam their system for the free wallet, and it was easy to catch. I mean, we label things in KickoffLabs. We do some great fraud prevention or fraud detection techniques, but it doesn't hurt to have that copy like you had on the first page. Only one email address per household. Only valid email addresses count towards the referrals. And to repeat that here, just to dissuade people from doing it at the bottom below the product shot, I think would be helpful on the page. And so, yeah, that's about it. I mean, tie the two pages together a little bit more. Talk about the specific earn a free wallet. Scroll down to see how instead of maybe the rewards, or tease the specific reward. That's about all I would do to the page here. Izzy, do you have any feedback on either of the two pages?
Yes, I quickly did. I'm not sure if you mentioned it, but I think you did. To be the first to know, it looks like a button here. It looks like a secondary button, and I try to click it, but it's an actual image.
Oh, that's a really good point. I missed that.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like a button, and as Josh said, I mean, it kind of pushes down your form, and I would also make this image just a little bit smaller. I mean, just upload like a slightly smaller logo image. But this button really threw me off. I was like, what the heck? I was trying to click it.
I think that's why I suggested they just killed that whole section. The sharing is caring, learn more inside, and be the first to know. They should just kill that whole section and replace it with, get 5% off for joining our club, or just something that's a small incentive just for joining.
Yeah, I totally would do that, and I would actually match the background image of this one, because it just feels like you're on a different page, on a different, just it doesn't feel as fluid as it could if you simply just matched this exact background image. Just place it here. It's simple to do, and it'll give people like a better flow through the pages.
Yep. All right, Izzy, do you want to pick the next page and go ahead?
Sure. Any specific page, Josh? I just asked if someone else in the chat would like a review, so we're waiting on that.
Nobody's come up in the chat, so the next one I had was Oxstrong.
Alrighty, so we're looking at Oxstrong. Let it load real quick. There we go. So Oxstrong launch contest. So very, very clear. We've gone back to the drawing boards and completely redesigned our fitness apparel. This summer, we're introducing a whole new line of Ox. Okay, so you're just relaunching your line. Enter to receive $10 off and entry to win free gear. Okay, in early July. Well, I mean, it's a very straightforward page. I would probably play around with this headline. I mean, a simple launch contest. It's very obvious what it is, launch contest. But play around with your brand. I mean, give your brand a little bit more personality. I mean, Oxstrong sounds like a very like a brand that should have some kind of attitude that, to me at least. And launch contest is very dry, and the background image is also a little bit dry since it's black and white. But it doesn't distract from the call to action. I mean, the call to action is extremely easy to find on the page. I mean, I could step back 10 feet, just as Josh always says, and I could find the actual call to action. So overall, it's a good page. However, I would play around with the headline a little bit and maybe give it a little bit of spacing where it says, we've gone back to the drawing board, and it says our fitness apparel, exclamation point. I would give it a break there. Just so the page and the text is a little bit easier to read as well. Josh, you sounded like you were going to provide something.
Yeah, so I saw that they're using the exit intent, which is great. It didn't come up until I tried to leave the page. Last chance to enter, receive 10% off code at launch, which is great. They're using the same incentive they were in headlines below. The call to action here where it says sign up, I would reinforce that it's a contest. Like, enter to win or get 10% off, enter and get 10% off. There's room for the text in here on both of these buttons to say enter to win and get my discount, or get a discount and win. Like, just something that reinforces a contest, that you're not just signing up, that you're entering to win something, you're getting something off. Like Izzy said, this background image, especially for apparel, and it should look more attractive. It's really zoomed in. I wish the image was zoomed out to show the apparel, the brand a little bit stronger. I wish this box was aligned like page left, so we have a left alignment for these boxes. And on the right side, there was some guy with the fitness apparel, like weightlifting or something, in the image. So it tied more to the brand, and you could get a shot and say like, wow, that looks like really cool clothing that I want to be a part of. Even if it's not your clothing, it was just somebody working out or somebody in fitness apparel because you haven't launched yet. I think you need to get that point across, and I don't think that this zoom, quite frankly, of somebody's armpit on the left side is helping you. is helping that much on the page. It actually just sort of makes me wonder, why, what I would click through here in this case. So again, like Izzy said, I would separate these things. This launch contest, I would just say like, join our launch and win free gear. Like, just something a little better, like join the Ox launch and win gear. Like Izzy said, just something that's tied more to the contest instead of like, it looks like even though this wasn't part of our default text, it looks like it's just default text. You picked a copy, it says launch contest, and you just didn't change it. But I think you could come up with a better headline that says like, become part of our launch and enter our contest, or just something that's a little bit better that explains what's going on. The other thing I wonder is, do they really need the name? You could kill that from the form, and you could take this enter 10% off and put that below the button. So if you killed the name and you move this text up, the button will end up being about where this text is highlighted, or just below that. And this can still be bolded below the button to give that sort of secondary incentive, so this button's not bunched up right up against the social buttons for your brand here. And again, just like the exit intent, this sign up should be enter to win, or just something that reinforces the contest mentality. And then Attila says, should the button color be consistent, or was blue used for making notice? Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I mean, there's only a couple colors on this page. The button could be a brighter orange. It could stand out, and I would really choose the button based on updating the background image here so that it stands out. So if the background image was a lot of blues, then I would have the contrast color be the button image would be like some sort of goldish or orange or red to the blue if there were background images. So the background image ends up being oranges and golds, then this blue would stand out really well against the background image. That'd be my advice. So Izzy, you can go on to the next part of the page now.
All right, so let's sign up on the page. And Izzy, if you ever want to send me a kickoff, an email, it's izzy@kickofflabs.com. Very easy. Let's check out. So this is a very nice page. Actually, goes on to our viral incentive page. Right now, I have 0 people signed up, so it's obviously showing me 0 progress. But I like the page, but the actual, 1 entry, 5 entries, I don't know what I get for these actual entries. I mean, I would love to know what an entry is worth in this contest, and I'm not sure if it says it on the sign up page.
It should say something like, because I know I get what they're doing. What they should be saying is get more entries and improve your chances, your odds of winning, because that's what they're doing. They're saying you get more entries into the contest.
Yep. Okay. Well, I mean, it does say that you've been entered to win a free Ox t-shirt, but yes, I would be that more specific and tell them improve your odds by sharing, and improve your odds, get more entries, share. Just something that's basically focused around that, letting people know how they get more entries and what happens when they do.
Yeah, improve your odds by inviting friends. Just something like that. That instead of invite friends and earn extra, it's just because it's not just that you're getting extra entries. What they're doing is they're improving their chances of winning. So improve your chances of winning and earn, by getting more entries. Also, like this page, I mean, it looks nice. There's no background image here. Again, if you had a better background image for the first page, reuse it here on the second page.
Yep.
For the background image. Something also is you could do we have a leaderboard template instead of this template, because there's not really a point to the different levels. You just sort of say you get 5, you get 10, you get 20. Because really, I mean, if somebody gets 400, you're going to give them 400 entries, I imagine, or 3, you're going to give them 3 entries to win in the contest. So I think more about, you know, showing people a contest leaderboard to incentivize them. And we've got the ability to put up a table that shows what you know, where people stand on the leaderboard, how many entries they currently have. I might just consider that for your thank you page instead of this levels, because there's not really a difference at each level for the rewards.
Yep. So I just wanted to show a quick example of our leaderboard. This is just an image, but it's a nice looking leaderboard, and it makes it fun for for people that are actually in the competition, because they can see their name and they can see who they're up against, and they can see how many people they've referred, which could be their score, or you could use our custom scoring, which you can actually give any referral, any kind of referral, different score, and it'll appear here. But all kinds of cool stuff and fun stuff.
Yeah, and I think thanks for showing that, because I think that page would make it much clearer that, you know, what they're getting, because it shows them very clearly, like your number of entries, your count, your total. Whereas this is more about showing them what level they've reached.
Yep. And remember, this is just an image. Your page is not going to look all pixelated like this.
Yep. All right. So let's see. I know the folks from iBuySell app are here again for review, and I'll take a quick look at that page.
Which page though? Because he has 2 pages. I know that he has one on Kickoff pages. Oh, okay. The iBuySell main app. The
main app page, I think. So let's see. So we didn't invent flash sales. We just perfected it. There's a countdown, but the headline doesn't tell me what the countdown is counting down to. So I have no idea what the countdown is for. There's a percentage, but it doesn't really tell me what this percentage is doing. And so at the moment, I'm saying you should cut both of those things on the page. But I would really just think about, especially, I'm sure the countdown is counting down to something like you have 11 days to, you know, to join us or something. And I would be, I would be inclined to use that in this headline up here somehow, or explain what the countdown is for, because nowhere around here does it say what the countdown is. The images, I think, could be made a little darker, because this white text looks decent on this image, and this one especially, where it's a dark image. But there's some of these lighter images that are rotating around, like this one, where the text becomes almost unreadable. And so I think you need to come up with a darker selection of images, or at least just replace that one where the text becomes harder to read. Because on all the others it's pretty easy. It's just that one with the handbag that's really hard to read in the location. So the copy: are you a seller? We can help consumers, retailers, and small businesses expand their sales in our soon-to-launch unique mobile marketplace from brand, fashion, apparel, jewelry, electronics, home garden, sports. I don't know what it is still. Like, well, and then it says, welcome to the home of the world's most exciting 90-second flash sale. And I know we've reviewed your pages before, and maybe this is a communication breakdown. I don't know what it's for. What the page is, like what you guys are actually saying. And so I think you need to go back and find some target customers and say, do you understand this copy? I mean, I know you're saying we can help you get more businesses. How? Like, we'll help you get more business. Is it that you provide them with flash sale services? Is it that you manage their flash sales? Is that you are actually selling things? Is that you're actually connecting them with buyers? Like, there needs to be a little bit of a how, because otherwise I'm not even going to bother clicking to learn more. And so now I get to this form. Yeah, and you've got this full this full form where it's like this page. You use the same image here. I wouldn't reuse this image. I would just have a product shot at the top. The welcome should be. You have to think about it now. If you're breaking your workflow up into multiple pages like this, this first page should still explain what you're doing, and this should be more like, are you interested? in learning more, after you've explained what you're doing, to get people to click it. Also, I think the button could stand out and be a little bit of a brighter color than this color to get there. And then this page, you have to pretend it's almost on its own. Like pretend they didn't see any incentive on the other page. So just saying welcome doesn't really help. So like it should be welcome to I Buy Sell, a sub headline that says what we help you do. We manage innovative flash sales in a marketplace. To learn, to be part of our beta, you've got a lot of text here. I think you can shorten this text a lot, and go. And do you really need all of this information now, or could you just deal with the email address and then follow up with a survey that gets their bio? The button also just says submit. Again, you have to think about this page and still follow best practices of landing pages, and say like, instead of submit, it's like, I want more customers, or give me more customers, or make me a flash sale site, or whatever it is that you're going to do should probably be part of this button. I'm just not a fan of the full page width copy like this. It's just hard to read copy that goes this far across a page. This template's meant more for like embedding into other sites and other locations where you don't have this kind of width. It's meant to be more squeezed down like this on the page. And so I wouldn't use this template. I would use a different page template here.
I would, Josh, can I quickly suggest? I would actually suggest using our pop-up link here, because actually, I mean, it's just taking them to another URL that says /form. And like you said, I mean, if he would be cutting back a lot of this text, this could technically be in the headline of the pop-up link form, and cut down some of this actual form here.
Yeah, and I see they're actually using the pop-up link form. I already dismissed the exit intent. Did you dismiss it yet, or did you still see it there?
I did dismiss it actually.
Okay, so they're actually using it, and so we can actually help you set that up as a pop-up link, so the form comes up. On the page itself. And let me actually have it up on a different browser. So let me share the right screen here, and I can show this. Yeah, so this is the pop-up link that showed up when I tried to leave the page the first time, and this is the best copy that they've written. Your buyers are waiting for you. Don't leave yet. I would get rid of this extra space here. Buyers are waiting for you. Don't leave. We're giving away, $200 shopping spree and beta access to our product for people. Like, wow, that's like the most convincing thing you've said. Why isn't that copy on the main page? And this button should just be the email form button directly, or it should pop up this form, which is much simpler, which makes you actually want to click through and join. I think you're thinking about this a little bit too much. I think you're writing too much copy in the pages that exist today. And when you had this restriction of you could only write so much copy because there's only so much space on the form, you actually did a great job of paring it down to say, basically, we're going to get you buyers, don't leave. And we have this, this shopping spree, this giveaway in the beta. Like it's much more convincing copy. Change your landing page to be just this. I mean, really, just try that against this multi-step process you've got with all of the copy, and then tie in the date. Like you've only got 11 days to do it, because then it's actually using the date in here. That's my feedback.
Attila had he actually mentioned that some of the copy becomes hard to read, like with this image here, with the jewelry image, like the white text, unique mobile, and then here with this other image, the text becomes hard to read. So you might want to give your images a little bit of fade, or something, or blur the images a little bit more, just so the text becomes a little bit more readable. Because yes, it is hard to read.
Yeah, and that seconds what I said. What I said earlier is just, I mean, the biggest thing is readability. So if you don't have readability, then it doesn't matter what you're showing on the page. People aren't going to be able to. They're not going to be able to sign up for it. All right, so let's go back to the next page. Izzy, do you want to pick one?
Go ahead and pick the next one, Josh.
All right, let's look at the Etsy. Pin4Etsy.com or kickoffpages.com. So right away, I was here on the page, so my mouse scrolled past leaving, so I got the exit intent widget. Last chance to sign up. Easy and safe. It's easy, safe, and free, so why don't you want to sell more? It's a good question. I don't know why I wouldn't want to sell more. You're asking for the name, the shop, location. I might add the labels back to this just because I think the labels make it a little bit more obvious what you're asking for, although you do have the placeholder text. Just something to try up. This sign up now, I would match it to the copy you have here about join the waitlist now. So I would actually just reuse that, like join the waitlist now at this point. So let's actually look at the page. Sell your Etsy products on Pinterest. Pin for Etsy is the fastest way to get Etsy sales from Pinterest for free. That's really clear. It clearly explains two different ways. So you've got your main headline, sell Etsy products on Pinterest. And then Pinterest for Etsy is the fastest way to get Etsy sales from Pinterest. Like, you're restating it, but you're restating it in a different way that I think really helps explain to different people, because you never know what gets through to folks. And so you're really doing a good job of getting people to understand, what it is you're doing. I might wonder, why I should join the waitlist now. So you've got this join the waitlist now. Like, what's my incentive to sign up now and give you the name of my store and my Pinterest name at this moment? I feel like you're lacking, like, some sort of incentive to get people up. The rest of the copy, built for Etsy store owners. This is great because you're telling people this is who it's for. And then you're also reinforcing people that want to leverage Pinterest. And you imagine there's a lot of crossover between people who do Etsy and Pinterest. So it sounds like you've got a good idea who your target market is. And there's some explanatory text here. I might think about paring it down. It feels like the text is a little bit long, and then you could use a larger font. So if you maybe halved each of this text section here and into like half of what it is, you could use a slightly larger font, which would be a little bit more readable and less, I would say, blocky with words. And that's a way of saying sometimes people look at a page with so much small text if there's a lot of it, and they wonder and they say, wow, that's a lot of words, and they kind of skip past it. So I might think about how you go about changing that. It looks like you've got an extra space here on this line. I might tighten up that extra space on this page. And let's see what happens if I sign up. So I might reorder the form, do the store name, Pinterest name, and then email. I think it's just, you want to give people the easier things, which are probably their store name and the Pinterest name first. And so I might put the email last. It's just what I usually see, is the email is usually the last thing on a form like this. All right, and you've got invite friends to top the leaderboard. The background here, even though it's faded, I might think of a better, just a standard like that wood background like you have on the first page, so the text is easier to read. And you're using mostly the template. It doesn't really say why I would share or why I'd want to get on the leaderboard here. And so I might think about actually just saying, why I would get more links. Like, is it a contest? Is it am I going to get it in sooner? Are the top 100 people going to get into your beta for free? There needs to be some incentive here for sharing. I can see you don't have the leaderboard is currently showing zeros, and so I think you might want to go through and think about what the actual incentive is for sharing, because if you've got enough entries, there should be some sharing going on. But I think the reason is there's not much incentive for people to share, because it doesn't tell me why I would want to top the leaderboard. Izzy, do you have any feedback? Izzy must be checking out his Pinterest account.
I was actually talking muted. Well, my feedback was, yeah, you really need that incentive, because this leaderboard looks very lonely with pure zeros here, and that's exactly why, because there's no incentive on the page.
Yeah, and I think that's why. Like, you add some incentive, and then if you kind of cheat a little bit, maybe one of you joins up and shares the link a few times and gets a few leaders up here just to kind of get the ball rolling. I wouldn't have any shame in doing that, just so you can show that there is a leaderboard with some scores going on here. And I think that would be really helpful for your promotion. Let's see. I think we have time for one more quick page. Let's go to, let's see, there's grad channels, there's Crafty Nectar, there's Propel Solutions, and there's Fresh NYC. Let's go with this grad channels. This is the first page that I pulled up here. Again, you see, because I've left this page before, I left the exit intent widget open. This is all the default text. You should really customize it to be for your service. It's the last chance to sign up, I get it, but you're not speaking to me as somebody that would be interested in the service, although you've got some incentives down here. So you should speak to that in the exit intent, like last chance to enter the contest, and think about it that way. We can help you with this. I think your background image could be a little bit darker so that this light text shows up a little bit better on the page. The other thing I would do, and this is something we can help with, is I might move this box up a little higher so it's a little bit higher up on the list, or a little bit higher on the page, so the call to action gets called out more. And then it says, let's see, grad channels, a new service exclusively for students and grads, which is good. You're saying who you're for. We're working day and night to find. So this is, again, when you have copy that says we're working day and night, and you think about the person reading this, they don't care you're working day or night. In fact, I don't really care if you work 2 hours a day. What's in it for me? And like, you're going to find me the best new offers, deals, and products and delivering them straight to my inbox. Okay. How about, instead of saying how hard you're working, we've scoured the internet to deliver you the best deals and products to your inbox. This could also be shorter with larger copy to merge the two sentences here. So we've scoured the internet to find the best new offers exclusively for students and graduates. And then you've merged the two sentences, you've shortened it, and you've gotten rid of the, we're working day and night. Because again, nobody cares how hard you're working. They care about what's in it for them, and if you're speaking to them. So think about that when you're writing the copy. The next part of it is sign up here so we can send all of our best deals for a chance to win. I might make this, you've got like two different font sizes here. I might just use the same font size, like sign up here for a chance to win. And you can still use a separate line, an Apple Watch, Outlook Dimensions Festival tickets, and 50 pounds cash. Seriously, we don't mess around. Join us, get in the know. This copy, these last two lines don't seem to match. I would just say something simply like, enter to win. After you've said all of this, I would kill the join us. This should say enter to win. And I might tighten this up so it's more copy that's around the same size on the page in this location. Izzy, do you have any feedback for the entry page here before I click through?
Real quick, looks like, because I just actually loaded this page and it looks like they're making changes live, which is nice. We always love that. But
or they're A/B testing, which is good too.
Yeah, could be. But they have an entire section here that says you're early. We're making something pretty special. Leave your details to find out more. Which I think, I would remove it entirely. There's no reason to tell people that they're early and that you're making something pretty special. That's
all about you. It's
all about you, exactly.
It's not about the customer.
As Josh said, people don't care. Unfortunately, people don't care, and they want to know what's in it for them. And it looks like they did adjust their headline just a little bit here. They're not saying that we've been working day and night. So I would simply just remove this section entirely and reword this into one section, as Josh said.
Yep. And if you've got this contest going on, that should probably be in the headline and then repeated in that box. So if you have the headline that says the best deal straight to your inbox, join now for a chance to win an Apple Watch, you can still have that at the top and then say, repeat it and say, sign up now for a chance to win an Apple Watch and this, enter to win. And I think it'll be more straightforward that way. So if I just say, Josh,
Something else that I noticed real quick on the page is I believe this is like a London background image, and they're already saying that it's for students and grads. But I would take that extra step and tell people that it's for students and grads if it is location based in London or in Europe. You know, where it's at specifically.
All right, so let's see. A couple things I would change about this. It's just some minor changes. I would reuse a background image for this background location. I guess you could leave it blank, but it feels a little bit confusing to go from the one page with the background without a background on this one. I thought the background image could probably be a little bit darker, but this does have a fade in the background. You could add a black fade to it so the text is readable. This part where it says check your email to verify your entry, I would put that up top. So thanks for signing up. Check your email to verify and be included in the drawing. Like put that right up top because it's the first thing you want to do. And then say, you're in the drawing to win these things, which you did. And then I would be really clear. I'd be really clear to, again, like we said before earlier, increase your odds by inviting friends. So where it says this, check your email here, I would say increase your odds by inviting friends. I would say it in this headline potentially. If you're not going to put it up here, so you could move this up higher, like improve your odds by sharing, invite friends and climb the leaderboard. The more friends you refer, the more entries. So this is clear. I just feel like the headline needs to be clear where it says the more friends you refer, the more entries you'll receive in our prize draw. I would make this clear, which is you want more entries, and then showing people, it doesn't take much to get to the top of the leaderboard here at the moment, because the rest of it's pretty clear. I just think you need a headline that explains why you should be sharing and what you're getting for sharing here. And I think you could clear that up a little bit. All right, that is all the time we have for today. Again, these landing page reviews, if you found them useful, invite your friends to our next reviews at http://grow.kickofflabs.com/live. Kickoff Labs, you saw a lot of our customers today using it to build some amazing contests. People use our product. It's the quick and easy way to build viral campaigns and get more customers. You saw some contests. You saw some wait lists going on. You saw some ebook downloads today. All sorts of promotions. Anywhere where you're trying to capture a lead, we can get you more leads with our tools. You saw the exit intent widget, which you don't have to put on our landing page. You can actually just put on any website to grab somebody's attention when they're trying to leave your website. And just if you're not sure how we could help you, email josh@kickofflabs.com, and I'm sure we can help you get more customers. Thanks for listening today. Like I said, if you enjoyed this, share the link and tell some friends about the landing page reviews. We'll be back here in the next couple of weeks with some more reviews. Thanks, everyone.